How important is screenplay structure to your overall writing? I mean, is there a specific structure you try to follow?
I try to. I found because I kind of learned how to write through reading a ton of scripts. Like at New Line, when I was there, I just read all scripts all the time. So I find that most of my stuff does kind of fall into the, you know, traditional like 3 act structure, save the cat thing, where that's the inciting incident. I don't get into there's some stuff, and I shouldn't roll my eyes at it because people do. But you know, there's some books that are like, well, you have to have. They have like they've broken it down to like super microscience, and for me, it's just like, it's just too much. Like, you know, in a way, you don't want to beat the creativity out of somebody by giving them too much of a structure. You know, I think that's why I think the 3 act structure is enough. Where, yes, you know, at the end of your second act, something's got to like propel you into the third act, and you know, things have got to get, you know, more intense and more intense to your finale. But you know, I think a lot of times, even like I have a lot of friends that go to film school, and their one thing is like they're like, I wish I'd have spent that money to make a film, because they're like, we would have learned a lot more. And it's not, you know, anything against going to film school, but it's just, again, if you're trying to teach somebody who's artistic how to, you can teach them how to channel that into a format that's going to be more palatable to the masses. But if you start getting too much into like, you know, on page 20 this has to happen, on page 30 this has to happen, then you're like stifling people's creativity in a way. But there is a reason that there is a structure like that sometimes, because I had friends give me a script and like the first draft's like 140 pages. I'm like, I'm not reading 100. This is not a script. This is like a mini series. Like, they're like, oh, but if you don't understand, it's like if they can tell the Titanic in 120 pages, I'm sure you can tell your story about a woman who's trying to find true love in her small town in less than 140 pages. So you know, there is a wisdom to the basic structure. But when I sit down to write something, usually I start with a concept. I'm very concept driven, just because I think that's working at a studio for so long. I know that the concept is what's going to get people's attention or not get it. So I start with usually a concept, and then think of some scares as well, and then start, you know, with building a story around the concept. Is how I approach it. But I know a lot of people start from like characters, and some people start from a story. So everybody's got their own personal kind of creative style and how they work. But for me, I always start with the concept of the story. And I try to think at least of a concept that's kind of high concept that you can kind of, if you tell somebody in a minute and they're like, oh, that sounds cool, you know. So that's kind of where I start off when I'm writing.